What is going on, Wash family? It is Todd from Above and Beyond Softwash. We are at the storage shed and wanted to take some time today to go through my systems, let you know what's working, what I've changed, what I didn't change, and how some of my gear is holding up. This thing is an OG SESW trailer, one of the last steel ones that they were selling, and I want to go through the systems to show you what I got and what's on the plate for this year. So everything's all fully winterized. I took the time to run some RV antifreeze through both my pressure washers and all of the systems I'm about to describe to you. So let's start over here in the corner. We got our 12-volt system. We have changed out the electric manifolds to regular valves on this particular system. It's just for my 12-volt. Most of the time, that's just for touch-up work, walkways, so on and so forth. It still sprays about 55 to 60 feet and does a hell of a job. I run with a fan tip and a shooter tip on this 12-volt system. And down here, I just got a regular old 12-volt Remco pump. SESW mounted a breaker and a switch right next to it. I've changed this out once in the last 3 years, and it just happened recently. We got our downstreaming tanks back here, and here. By the throw of one valve over there by my Smart Stream injector, I can jump between chemicals. This is my high pressure 8 gallon a minute hot water reel. This one is also electric, but it's only a 12-inch on this side. I run about 200 foot of double wire high pressure hose. I believe this one's 4,000 because that is a 3,500 PSI machine. So this is 4,000 PSI double wire hose. Same old stainless swivel, electric reel. Over here we have my 30 gallon soap tank. You can see I've added on a few things here and there for some of the pumps I'm about to show you guys. Over here, this was a new addition to the Smart Stream system. I'm gonna zoom in here for you guys. So what I did was I purchased a clear manifold block. And what I did was I used these Viton seal shutoffs. And I also used some inline check valves right here. They're easily replaceable. They're just like any old fuel filter or oil strainer. This is how I set it up. So it's easy maintenance, easy to get to everything. And the beauty is I can actually see any type of air going through my downstream system. It's temporarily zip tied on here. It's not going anywhere. Those are the thick, heavy duty zip ties, but this is just, you know, what I evolved into. That way I can go full SH, maybe a little bit of soap, turn this on quarter of the way, or, you know, full bore. That way you're getting a nice mix through the Smart Stream system, which is located over there. I'll go through that in just a minute or two. But as we back up away from the new clear downstreaming manifold, we're gonna get over here to our next reel. This is an 18-inch real big deal from Southeast Softwash. It's got a 3/4 inch internal. It's got about, I'd say about 200 foot of 3/4 inch. I took some off because it was tough getting it on and off the reel. This is a manual reel. I happen to use a Water Boss gun on this. For me, it works a lot. It's a lot more deadly. It shoots a sharper stream. There's not as much fray in the wind. You know, you're not overspraying onto plants and other things you don't want. This is a pretty steady eddy for me. I have a couple spares of these, and I've rigged it up on this banjo fitting here. Try and zoom in for you guys. I know the light's not the best in here. Getting back to the super pump, it is powered off of the Smart Blend Pro. You can see inside here, we're all winterized up with the cherry juice inside. Yeah, it's been working flawlessly. Yeah, over here we got our two 24-inch surface cleaners. These were supplied from Southeast Softwash. They work wonderful. Up front here, this is the powerhouse. This is the one I use for all my surface cleaning. It is a diesel-powered burner, 3,500 PSI Pressure Pro. Not once have I ever used any of those tips. I'll be honest with you, the thing's an animal. It throws out a lot of heat when you need it and works wonders. We talked about the 12-volt system. This is my high pressure system, stainless steel skunk swivel on the end. Just keeps the hose as good as can be when you're running, you know, 200 to 300 feet out. There's about 200 feet on this spool right now. This is a 12-inch spool. This is the Smart Stream system. When I first purchased this, Cody was nice enough to hook up those two downstream tanks in the back. The nice thing about Southeast Softwash is that they were able to assist me with some other spare parts. I've shown this in a few of my other videos, but By adding these Viton valves in here, I'm able to distribute my SmartStream chemical wherever I want it. So for instance, these bottom two tanks are the ones Cody installed in the back of the trailer. One is running the neutralizer on the passenger side, and my other one is my chem tank. As it rolls up here to this valve, this line to the left shoots over to that new downstream injector. So when I want a downstream SH and soap, I run that valve on and it just pulls right up into the machine here. This is your water feed on the right-hand side of the SmartStream, and your chemical distribution runs through the left there. This also is the outlet. This is where your mix will be coming through and then distributed. Once again, I added another valve right there to go to my cold water machine or to my hot water machine. So guys, one of the new additions that we were nice enough to receive via UPS was this brand new 36 volt Southeast Softwash XR pump. This one here happens to be about 20 gallons a minute, which is pretty damn impressive if you ask me. Matter of fact, this thing is such a prototype and it's so new where I had a tough time trying to pull in 2 full inches of water. So I came up with this system where I was able to tap in 2 T's here and here for the intake. And then obviously the outflow comes out the top and straight up to my fitting up there. This one here runs a 3/4 inch as well for this particular machine. And this is running on 300 foot of 3/4 as well with a 3/4 inch internal in this real big deal. I took it upon myself to rig this up recently, and it is one of a kind. The reason why I did this is because you have a full 1 inch of feed on each side going to the XR pump. So I needed to manipulate this enough where I had to act like each leg was its own system. My chemical valves are on the outsides. And the reason why I did that was because at the end of every job, when I shut these outside chemical valves off, each system runs from the inside out. So all in all, I ended up rigging the banjo for the center water line. There's actually 3 1-inch water lines to feed this beast. And the reason why I did that is because she's so thirsty. So I don't want to starve the pump. So like I said, we got chemical, soap, water, 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 soap, chemical. That way everything flushes from the middle going out to the legs. You shooting right over that roof, huh? Wow, that's pretty impressive, kiddo. And what pump is that? The mega pump. So guys, just wanted to thank you again for all the responses, all the comments, all the likes. You know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, check it out. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. You know, I got a lot in store for the 2026 season. So thank you to everybody that has liked the channel, followed me, and helped me out. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You guys take care. Peace.